don't worry. Everything will be fine, inshallah. Thank you so much. But what are the others now? Only 10A. What about the others? The girls, 10B. Malawi.
Yes, Mr.
How are you, Malawi?
Fine. How are you, Mr.?
Alhamdulillah, thank you so much. And Ammar Harfi.
Yes, Mr. How are you?
Fine.
Yes, I'm fine.
Good.
How are you? Fine?
Alhamdulillah.
Alhamdulillah.
Afam Bulushi. Afam Bulushi. Afan al Bulushi.
Yes, Mr.
How are you, Afan?
Okay.
Good. All right. Thank you so much for attending my lesson. And just let me close the door, please. Thank you so much for attending my lesson. And today, inshallah, we will have to continue with the literature time machine. Yes or no?
Yes.
Yes or no? Yeah. We started the explanation of, or we started the talk about, we started talking about time machine. Yeah, last week. Yes or no? Yes or no?
We only read about the writer.
We only read about the writer. Thank you so much, Juburi. We only read about the writer. Who is the writer of this novel? Who is the writer's name? Sorry, who is the writer of this novel?
Ahmed Al-Hamadani.
Shihab, be serious. Who is the writer of the novel? Yes?
H.G. Wells.
H.G. Wells. It's the abbreviation for Herbert George Wells. Is it clear?
Yes.
Yeah, that's the abbreviation. It's the abbreviation form for the full name, Herbert George Wells. That's the name of the writer. Is it clear?
Yes.
Let me send the message for your colleagues. The girls are not here. Yeah, thank you so much. All right. Yes, definitely we read about the biography of the writer, and it's very important to write or to read about the writer. It's very important in the understanding of because when we read about the writer, we are likely to have ideas about the background of this novel. Why was this novel written? Is it clear, Rahma Al-Harfi?
To display.
Yes.
How are you, Rahma? Rahma Al-Harthi, how are you? Fine?
I'm fine. Yes.
Alhamdulillah. Nadine.
Hello, Mr.
How are you, Nadine Al-Jahtamay?
I'm fine.
Good. Alhamdulillah.
Mr.
Happy to see you again. Yes.
Today we will write in the notebook.
Yeah, we have to write on the notebook. So, yes, we will have to continue, as I said, with the literature. So please, you will have to open your pathways on page 117, the time machine summary passage. We will have to explain, analyze the summary passage as we did with the drama. We start with the summary passage, and then we will go through the other lessons. Okay? Yes or no? Maliha. Malih.
Yes, Mr.
How are you, Malih Al-Hatami?
Alhamdulillah.
Alhamdulillah. Just a few seconds, I'll be back. I'll be listening to my call me, please. ادرينالين يا حاج. ايوه والله ما اعرف انا ما كنتش. ليش نعيد الاختبار؟ هو خلص ولا لا؟ وليش ما خلص الاختبار هو؟ عارف علي انا الحين انا كان الحين عندي حصه الحين اولا، وثانيا هم المفروض يكون معاهم واحد انا في الحصه الاولى، ما اعرف مين معاهم المعلمين الباقيين يعني. هو طلع الاختبار. طيب بعدين نتواصل معهم في العنوان بخصوص. تمام طيب. اي خبر برضه يتواصل معك استاذ. شكرا يلا سلام. وعليكم السلام عايش. Yes, sorry, please. I was with the administration. Sorry. Anyway, yeah, let's continue. So I said that we will have to talk to analyze the summary passage of the time machine. Same we did with the other with the drama, and as you know, yeah. So Nada Khalid al-Mahari.
Yes, Mr.
How are you, Nada Khalid?
Alhamdulillah, I'm fine.
Alhamdulillah. Thank you so much, girl. Very good. All right. Happy to see you all again. And yes, as I said, open your pathways on page 117, please. 117. As you can see behind me, the title of the lesson and the number of the page. So we will have to read the summary passage, try to understand the basic ideas, try to discuss about, and we will have to answer the given question, the background information above the passage. Is it clear?
Yes, Mr. Can you say the title? Yes.
Yeah, write the title on the board as you can see. Write the title on the board, please. Is it clear? Can you see the board clearly? Is the board clear, please? Yes or no?
Yes, Mr. It's clear.
All right,
Yes,
go
Mr.
ahead. Write the date, the title, and let's start the explanation of the passage. The time machine, analyzing the summary passage, pathways, page 117. You can write this time machine between inverted commas. H.G. Wells. H.G. Wells. Herbert George Wells, the writer of the novel. H.G. Wells. Yeah. Go ahead. Rayyan Belushi. Rayyan. Rayyan al-Belushi. Have you finished, please?
Yes.
All right. What about the boys? Have you finished taking notes? Let's start. Yes. Afan.
Yes.
Finish, Afan. Afan, have you finished?
Yeah, I'm sorry.
All right. Okay. So let's go ahead. Yalla. Before we start reading, or before reading the passage itself, Let's read the question first. Let's read the question because the questions will enlighten and make it easy to us to understand, or easy for you to understand this summary passage. Okay, so the background information. Someone read please about the background information. Yalla. Yes. The background information. Someone read about.
Should I read it?
Yeah, go ahead. Yalla.
1. Read the text and answer the questions. Do I continue?
Yeah.
Okay. 1. What are the Eloi like? 2. Where does the time traveler believe that Eloi came from at first? 3. What is the time traveler's second theory after he discovers the existence of the Morlocks? 4. What is the true relationship between the Eloi and the Morlocks? 5. What life does the time traveler see in the time of the dying sun?
Thank you so much, Jaburi. Thank you. So here we have the we have, I think, some keywords here in these questions. There are some keywords. Can you mention them, please? What are the keywords of this?
Eloi.
These questions. Ammar Mamari.
Eloi.
Eloi, very good. All right. We have the word Eloi. Yes, what else?
Morlocks.
Morlocks
traveler.
also. Yeah.
Time traveler.
All right. We have the
traveler.
Eloi, the Morlocks, and what else?
Time traveler.
Very good. Very good, Imran Harfi. Time traveler. We have 3 basic keywords in these questions: the Eloi, Morlocks, and the time traveler. Very good. Let's mention them. So there are 3 keywords. Yeah. So after reading the questions, Asna Riyani,
Yes, Mr.
how are you?
I'm fine, teacher.
Alhamdulillah. So after reading the questions, we understood that there are 3 keywords. We understood that there are 3 key words. 3 key words. The Eloi, the Morlocks, capital M, and the time traveler, Yes, and the time.
Mr. Can you read after reading the question?
Yeah, and the time traveler.
After it.
Yeah, and the time traveler. So after reading the questions, we understood that there are 3 keywords: the Eloi, the Morlocks, and the time traveler. Is it clear? These keywords will help us understand the basic ideas of this passage. All right? Are you with me?
Yes.
Yeah. So go ahead, please. Write these details, please, in your notebook. Go ahead. In your notebooks. Take notes, please, all of you. Rayyan Nawaf. Rayyan. Rayyan Ba'umar. Rayyan. All right. Go ahead, please. Write down these details in your notebooks.
Mr. And the time?
And the time traveler. Time traveler. Time traveler. Imran,
Yes.
are you following, please?
Yes.
All right, go ahead. The time traveler. Yes. Shall we continue? Hasna, Maliha, Nada Khalid.
Yes,
Yes,
Mr.
Mr.
Shall we continue?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. So let me start with, Ammar al-Ma'mari. Let's read now. Carefully,
Mr.
please. Just wait. Carefully. Hold your pens or, okay. Just follow down. Since you are not allowed to write in the books, please. You just follow down and let's read about this summary passage. This summary passage is very important. It will help you, or it will make it easier for you to understand the whole novel. So you have to be careful. And again, you will be given this as a question. You will be given a question about the time machine in the final exam. So please be careful. Yalla Ammar Ma'mari, go ahead. Read.
The time machine is about a man who travels into the future. He builds a time machine. Wells was the first author to use the term time machine and goes to the year 8271. When he arrives, he sees futuristic though run-down buildings. There is also a race of people. They're called the Eloi. They are small, childlike, and don't appear to work or do much of anything. The time traveler tries to talk to them, but they are not really interested.
Thank you so much, Ammar Ma'mari. This is the first paragraph. As simple as such. What did you understand from this paragraph, please? What is the main idea?
He travels.
Who are
with
the
time.
Elois?
Eloi.
Okay, Anas Mullahi. Anas, go ahead, Anas.
Mr. He travels in time.
Very good, Mullahi. So when we say time traveler, when we say time machine, it means a machine which takes you into time, which takes you to travel into time. All right. Here, the time traveler travels in time. Fine. Is it in the future or in the past?
Future.
Future. Normally, it should be future. Logically. Very good. All right. Yes. Here, all right. when he arrives, he sees futuristic through rundown buildings. When we say futuristic, it means future. It means we are in the future or in future time. So through rundown buildings, there are also a race of people there called the Eloi. There is a race of people, a type of people who are called the Eloi. So remember this, the time traveler travels into the future and he finds a race called the Eloi. Remember this very well. And there's a description about this race. How are they described? Nada Khalid, how are they described?
Small, childlike.
Very good, Nada Khalid al-Mahali. Thank you. They are small, childlike people and don't appear to work or do much of anything. They don't appear to work. It means they don't do any effort, just like that. They just live, enjoy their time only. Fine. Next paragraph. Malih al-Hatimi. Yalla Malih.
Yes, Mr.
Yes, Malih, next paragraph.
He does, however, make friends with one woman named Weena. Weena follows the time traveler around and the two spend a lot of time together as the time traveler studies the land and people around him. He concludes that the Eloi are a peaceful communist race who evolved to not need intellect or strength to survive. He takes this as an indication of the superior state.
Thank you, Malih Al-Hatmi. All right. Any other hints in this paragraph, please, concerning this
They're
passage?
communists.
Just wait slowly, Muhammad Ali Al-Juburi. Slowly, dear.
Wait, I'm sorry. But
Slowly.
Mister, I have a question.
Yes, Juburi, go ahead.
So this was written in like the 40s, right? Or the 30s?
Yeah.
Then how was this not censored, considering that it has communism, mentions of communism?
Very good, very intelligent question, Juburi, but I will leave the answer later on, Juburi. Is it clear? Because your friend should, I have to explain the word communism first. I have to explain what does communism mean. So later on, I will have to leave this later on. Let's concentrate on the basic elements. Then what is behind the line, we will leave it later on. Is it clear, Juburi?
Okay.
Thank you so much. I got what you want to say, but later on, we will discuss this later. Let's concentrate on the basic elements, firstly, of this novel, the basic ideas. He does, however, make friends with one woman named Weena. So we have another hint here that the time traveler, once he traveled into the future and meet this race, the Eloi, he meets a woman called Weena. So first, this is another hint, but he meets a woman called Weena. Yeah? He concludes that the Eloi are a peaceful communist race. At the end, definitely Mina is a woman who belongs to the Eloi. Since he met her and so on and so forth, he understood that the Eloi, this race, are peaceful nation, are peaceful people. They are very peaceful and kind race. Is it clear?
Yes.
Yes. The others, are you following, please? The others?
Yes, sir.
All right. Fine. So the Eloi are a peaceful communist race who evolved to not need intellect or strength to survive. When we say here they don't need strength to survive, what does that mean? What does that mean? They don't need strength to survive. What does it mean, Rahma? Rahma Al-Harith?
What's the question, Mr.?
Yeah, when we say here, the passage or the writer says that the Eloi don't, the Eloi, this race, they don't need strength to survive. What does that mean? Strength to survive.
They're already able to survive. They don't need the strength for it.
Very
They
good.
don't need to be strong to survive.
Very good. Very good, Rahma. Again, in addition to that, we understood that they live in peace. They live in peace. It means they are friendly. They don't like any conflict with anyone. That's why they don't need strength. They just live peacefully. They are taking life easy. Understood now? Yes. He takes this as an indication of their superior state. Yeah. Thank you. Let me go with someone else. Ammar Al-Harithi, go ahead, Ammar. Yalla. Ammar Al-Harithi. Ammar. Ammar. Okay, and someone else? Abdullah Al-Ghailani.
Later the time traveler realized that his time machine is missing. As he looks for it, he discovers that they are creatures. They are creatures living underground. They are ape-like and they are ape-like.
Primitive.
They are, what was that?
Primitive.
And primitive and called Morlocks. Underground, where the Morlocks live, is all the machinery that keeps the surface world functioning. The time traveler thinks that humanity must have split into two different species, the Eloi and the hard-working Morlocks.
Thank you. Thank you so much. All right. What did you understand, please? Hasna Al-Riyami. Hasna, what did you understand from this paragraph, Hasna Al-Riyami? Yes. Hasna.
About his theory that there are two different species, the Eloys and the Morlocks.
Very good, Hasna. We talk about the Eloi. This is the first race whom the time traveler discovered first. Okay, discovered. And there's another race. They are called the Morlocks. Yes or no? Where do they live? Where do they live?
Underground.
Very good. They live under the ground. And here there is something very important. Underground, where the Morlocks live, is all the machinery that keeps the surface world functioning. Under the ground, what happens? What happens under the ground? What happens there?
All the machines.
All the machines. There are, let's say, a chain of machines under the ground working there under the ground. It means this is another world, something which you cannot imagine. How come to find a series of a chain of machines under the ground? Another life under the ground. This is really what? Mysterious. Yes or no?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah. And this life, let's say, is manipulated by another race called Morlocks. This is another race called Morlocks. Very good. Is all the machinery that keeps the surface world functioning. It means, what does it mean that keeps the surface world functioning? What does it mean? What does it mean?
Controls the upper.
Excellent,
question?
Mollahi. Very good, Mollahi. It means that these machines controls life on the ground. These machines are manipulated by the Morlocks, control the life on the ground. So a race living under the ground with their machines and so on, they control life on the surface, on the ground. Is it clear?
Yes.
Mister.
Do you think they are powerful race?
Yes.
Yes, Mister.
Definitely, they are powerful. And if you compare them to the race of the Eloi, there's a big difference. We can say that this race, the Morlock race, are more powerful than the Eloi. Yes or no?
Yes.
Yes,
Definitely. Yeah. Yes. All right. Thank you so much. Let's continue with the other paragraph with someone else. Let's say Nada Khalid. Yalla Nada Khalid al-Mahari. Nada Khalid.
Yes, Mister.
Yeah, go ahead, please.
Soon the time travel changes hypothesis again. He sees the more
Yeah.
hypothesis again. He sees the Morlocks attack, kill, and eat one of the Eloi. He realized that the Eloi are nothing but a food source for the Morlocks and leaves horrified. Next he goes forward.
Horrified.
Okay. Next, he goes forward millions of years to a time when the sun is dying. There is no sign of
Civilization.
And the only animals he sees are giant white butterflies and huge red crabs. He returns home and tells his friend, but no one believes him. He disappears in the time machine again to bring back proof and never returns.
Thank you, Nada Khalid. Thank you so much. Yes, your explanation now. Your explanation to this paragraph. What happens in this paragraph? What happens? Soon, the time traveler changes his hypothesis. Again, he sees the Morlocks attack, kill, and
The Eloi
eat.
are food source for the Morlocks.
Yes, Hasna?
That the Eloi are a food source for the Morlocks.
Very good. Very good, Haryami. We remember when we said that, when we made a comparison between the Morlocks and the Eloi, we said that the Morlocks are more powerful than the Eloi. They have machines, they control the surface of the ground, the surface of the entire life. Sorry, they control what is on the ground, on the surface, and so on and so forth. It means they control the life of the Eloi. In other words, they control the life of the Eloi on the ground. The Morlocks under the ground, controlling life of the Elois on the ground. So this is very important. This is what makes, this is actually what makes the writer astonished once he discovered this reality, this truth, that those Morlocks, they have machines, yes. It means they are technologically developed nation, but actually they are in somehow little narrow-minded. They eat and kill the Eloi. They eat the Eloi. And this is really mysterious. How come a nation who invents and has technology and machines and so on to eat people? This is not logical. And this is what makes him or makes the time traveler really shocked. Do you agree with me or no?
Yes.
Yes, Mr. I agree.
All right, thank you so much. Yes, so yeah, the last paragraph is just a brief detail about the time machine. The time machine was hailed as a masterpiece from its first release. It means it was the time machine was very famous, very popular. One of George Herbert Wells' best masterpiece, written 36 years after Charles Darwin published On the Origin of Species. You remember Charles Darwin when he wrote about the improvement and of species and so on and so forth. It takes as though the theory of the evolution of the human race. Actually, as you can see, George Wells was inspired by Charles Darwin theory, scientific theory about human race evolution. Actually, that was really under the discussion of many critics and so on and so forth, the evolution of the human race done by Charles Darwin. Anyway, we understood that this novel is the writing of this novel, or Herbert Wells, was inspired by Charles Darwin. Since we are talking about nations, different nations of other time, let us say, the different nations of other time, okay, future time. So it contains both bold predictions about the future and a critical commentary on the social and political structure that existed in Wells' own time. Again, we know that, or we have to know that any writing is just a critic of the real life. A writer, when he writes a play or a novel like this, it just criticizes what is happening in real life. Yes or no? Do you agree with me or no?
I agree.
Yes, we agree.
Yeah, it's just a criticism. Life. A writer is just criticizing what is happening in real life. By writing this novel or any other novel, he or she is just criticizing what is happening in real life. Yeah. So, right. So please, we will have to answer the given questions now, if you don't mind. So background information, you are given 5 questions. We will have to write on the notebook and we will answer them now. All right. So yes, the first question, number 1, let's write background information firstly. Background. First start, background information. Write down, please, with me. Write down background information. Write down. Yes. Question number 1. Write down background information. Question number 1. Yes, please. What are the Eloi like? What do they like?
They are small, childlike.
Yes.
Small, childlike.
Nadine
They are
al-Jahdami.
small.
Nadine.
They are small, childlike.
Very good, Nadine al-Jahdami. Like children. Like children. Very good, girl. Like children. Yeah. Go ahead, please take notes with me. Question number 2. Who wants to read the question 2? Yes? Ammar Harthi.
Ahmed.
Yes, read the question 2. Mullahi, read the question 2, Mullahi. Yalla. Anas Mullahi.
Yes, Mr.
Read the question number 2.
What does the time traveler believe that Eloi came at first?
Yeah. Where does the time traveler believe that Eloi came from at first? Back to the text. Where do they come from, firstly? From what? From what? Okay, Dean, I will have to switch off and I will launch another one. Wait for me, please.